Alright, bro, I just watched a reel, and the reel was about this Greek story, whatever. The point is, you cannot defeat an enemy you're running from. And what does this mean? It means that you can't battle with addiction, you can't battle with fear, you can't battle with like the seven vices by running from them and by trying to avoid them. Now, for anyone that's new to this channel, it's not your average, law of attraction, I'm a pseudo-intellectual, whatever type of videos. I make these videos in one take and no script, no edits whatsoever. So for anyone that's a dopamine junkie, just a straight click off. For everyone else though, what does this mean? What does this concept mean? Because it hit me, bro. Like, we want to get in shape, but we're addicted to sweets, we're addicted to junk food. And what do we try to do? I'm not gonna eat junk food, so you try to not have any junk food in home. You try to not have chocolate ice cream, biscuits at home. When you go to a restaurant, you try to not look at the desserts. When you go to the store, you try to not go in the section with the chocolates, bro, because if I see it, I might get tempted, right? But guess what? You're gonna get tempted either way. There's no way to avoid addictions, bro. There's no way to just completely avoid them. Like, another example, you know how in the movies, whenever someone's like addicted to drugs and then they go to rehab, and then when they come back from rehab, all their close ones and family members and whatever are trying to remove all kind of substances around them, like no alcohol in the house, no weed, no drugs. Whenever they go, nobody's smoking, nobody's drinking. Why? Because they don't want the addiction to click again. They don't want the cycle to start again, and they're so afraid that they're gonna relapse. Their close ones are so afraid that they're gonna relapse. But you know what's the only way to defeat an addiction? Is to have the thing in front of you and not want it. Because if you're trying to just avoid it, the more you avoid it, the more you're gonna want it. That's how our human brains are wired. And the more you want it, eventually you'll give in to it, bro. We're not God. We don't have God-like willpower. You'll resist for 10 years, 20 years, bro. Something happens, you're fucking, a very tragic bad thing happens, bam, you're back to the addiction. The only way to not be addicted is to stop wanting it in the first place. Like, to not be addicted to sweets, because I am a person who was addicted to sweets. When I was young, my mother didn't give me sweets and like junk food to eat, and we didn't have any at home. So as soon as I started going to school and like they gave me some pocket money, what I would do with this pocket money is like buy biscuits and like juices and chocolates and ice creams and just eat that, and I got fucking addicted to sweets, bro. Like I couldn't have a day where I go to bed without eating a sweet. And I used to just, for example, my mother gives me money to go to the shop and then buy some groceries, like, yo, go buy milk and cheese and whatever. And I always used to buy something sweet. Like, I couldn't go to the shop. My psyche couldn't comprehend me going to the market and not buying something sweet. Every time I was in the supermarket, I had to buy something sweet. And I always bought something sweet. And I always ate sweets. And then, of course, I was like, oh, it's not good for me. I want to get in shape, whatever. It's not like I was fat, bro, but I was, I had belly fat, of course. And like, you're feeling shit when you're eating lots of sweets as well, when you get spots and all this stuff. And I was trying to control it. Oh, I'm gonna have one sweet a day, and then I'm like looking at the sweet. I'm fucking abstinating, bro. I'm in the store and I'm looking to the waffles, like how when you go to pay in the end of the store, there's like always waffles and chocolates, right where is the cashier, near the cashier's deck. And I'm like looking, and then and I just get a biscuit, bro. I get a waffle and I eat it quickly. And then, when I actually stopped eating sweets, when I was like, all right, I'm just not gonna eat sweets. And I've tried to do it before, but this one time, for the first time, I actually said it and I meant it. I don't know how it happened, bro, but I just said it and I meant it. And from that moment on, I'm with people, I'm on a birthday, yo, here's your plate with a cake. No, thanks. Like, I look at the cake and I literally feel no desire for it. I walk into a room and there's a table full of sweets and I feel no desire for the sweets. Why? Because I decided I wouldn't have desire for the sweets. And because I'm surrounding myself with sweets. Like everyone around me is eating sweets and I'm like, I don't know sweets because I know sweets are damaging me and I know how great I feel when I'm not eating sweets. And from that moment on, I started, like, I thought that way, and then I surrounded myself with sweets. And every time I was like, should I not? I just reminded myself, yeah, but, you know, I want to fucking look like Brad Pitt from Troy, and I want to have low body fat and whatever. And I feel so great when I'm not eating sweets and when I'm eating raw one ingredient food, like foods, and I feel so vital and energetic. And I'm like, you know what? You offer me sweets, you offer me sweets, you offer me sweets, you offer me sweets. I have all the money to buy sweets, but I actually don't want them. And it's only when I started surrounding myself with sweets all the time and making the active decision, I'm not gonna get the sweet, when I actually cured my addiction. Because before, and then the second stage is you can either do it a lot or don't do it at all. Like, then the second stage for me was, all right, I'm either not gonna eat any sweets or I'm gonna fucking binge eat sweets, you know. So I had a couple of months where I'm like, no sweets whatsoever, no ice creams, no cookies, no sugar, nothing, bro, just fruits. But then the next few months I'll be eating like 2-3 sweets a day, biscuits, ice creams, waffles, cakes, everything. Because I was like, I could either eat a lot or not eat at all. And I used to tell that to everybody. And then the third stage of curing from your addiction is being to do it in moderation. Like, I think I've basically came to that stage right now because I'm not eating sweets, and at the same time, from time to time, I'm eating sweets. Like today, I ate like a little cake from my grandma, and yesterday I ate like a few biscuits. But then I'm not like binge eating. Like, I don't feel the need to fucking eat the whole pack of biscuits. I don't feel the need to eat 5 ice creams instead of one. I just eat one ice cream and I'm satisfied. And then I look at all the other sweets and I'm like, I've had enough. That's good for me. So now I don't even have to limit myself from, I'm not eating any sweets. No, now I'm just free from the addiction, you know. And of course it can always come back, etc., etc. But like, that's the 3 stages of curing from an addiction, I think. And it starts by not running from it, not trying to avoid it, bro. Not trying to do everything possible to not like get triggers for your addiction, because you know how every addiction has triggers, and like all the scenes have triggers, like gluttony, fucking lust, and like all the other scenes, bro. They have triggers, like even for lying, bro, stuff like that. It's not about running from your triggers, it's actually being exposed to them as much as you can and still making the active decision to not fighting it, but accepting it and moving forward, because you can change. That's I don't know, that's a bit corny way to explain it, but it's the same with weed, it's the same with drugs, it's the same with alcohol. Like, you know how when you get in the habit of something, or when you didn't have something, and then when you're exposed to it, you try to get as much of it as you can. For example, like, you didn't have much weed and nobody gave you weed to smoke, but then you get into an environment where everyone smokes weed, and now you feel inclined to get a puff at every possibility you have. Like, although you're already high after 2 puffs and like 1 joint a day, but you feel the need to basically get a hold of and get advantage of every single puff you can get. Like, yes, thanks, all the puffs, bro, 5 joints a day. And then you're like get overwhelmed with it, and then it's no longer even about the fun, but about the fact just smoking, because now you're addicted to it. And it's with coffee, it's the same. Like every single addiction, honestly, is the same thing. Alcohol is the same. Like, yeah. You can cure addictions, brother, because everything is in the psyche in the end of the day, and it's about deciding. Like, first, it comes the decision. First, it's like not trying to go against it, not this fucking self-beating, victim playing shit. Oh, I'm trying to quit smoking, blah blah blah. But and yet you still smoke, and then you stick, and yet you still give all your money for weed. Like, no, being like making the active decision, not because you're trying to avoid it, not because you're trying to fight it, just like, I'm smoking more weed than I want to. I actually don't want to smoke this much weed because of this, and this. Alright, I'm making the active decision to stop smoking. And then after you make that decision and you actually mean it, not just like, yeah, I'm stopping, and then 2 days later you're back at it. After you make the active decision, then it's about exposing yourself to as much of the addiction as you can. Go still hang out with all your friends who smoke weed, bro. They roll up the joints, they're like, you want some, and you're like, oh, thanks. I'll pass this one, thanks. You do that for a week, you do that for a month, they won't be offering you weed anymore. Like, none of my friends offer me weed anymore because they're like, Sasha doesn't smoke. And now it's not like I was the biggest weed addict, but now whenever I do decide to smoke, I actually enjoy it because it's like once, I don't know, bro, once every quarter or whatever, once every few months, and I get 2 puffs and I get high as a duck. And yeah, that's basically it. And I relax and I have a good time, and then I'm back at it because it's not ruling me. Every addiction is a pendulum, bro. And it's the same with sex, it's the same with lying, it's the same with being aggressive. Anything, really, anything can turn into addiction. It's the same with work. It's like everyone has its weak sides, his weak sides. Everyone got his weaknesses that turn into addiction. For me, for example, it's not really alcohol, it's not weed, it's not drugs, it's not smoking. For me, for example, is doom scrolling. For me, for example, is too much planning without acting. For me, is too much overthinking. And these are active weaknesses and addictions I'm working on every day. But the first thing is to stop running from it. Stop trying to avoid the addiction. Like, if you're addicted to doom scrolling, bro, I'ma tell you from personal experience, none of the fucking apps work. None of the fucking apps which password and this and that and timers, none of that shit works, bro. I've tried timers. I've tried apps locking in my Instagram and whatever. Guess what? After a few hours, I just delete the app. I just snooze the timer. I just remove it. Like, it doesn't work. Avoiding doesn't work. Running from it doesn't work. You know what works? Opening Instagram. I open Instagram. I go on the discovery page, bro. I look at all the stimulating images and like previews of the reels. And I'm like, do I really want this? Like, do I really want to keep watching other people's lives, keep watching other men's achievements, and lying to myself, bullshitting myself that it's inspiration for content? And I continue to look at it and I'm like, do I really want to do that? Like, do I really want to just waste this afternoon and then feel like shit? Because I've just binge watched a fuck ton of videos and now I can't do work because my brain is fried. And then I need a few hours to actually destimulate my brain, but by the time I'm destimulated, it's already like late and I'm tired and it's evening time. Like, do I want that to happen, or do I want to actually do something today and then do something tomorrow and be the person I want to be? Not and be that person right now. Fucking be him right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year. Be him right now. Be your dream version right now. And all of a sudden, I don't really feel like scrolling that much. All of a sudden, I want to stop this video and I want to get on Notion and start scripting videos because I actually want to create, not consume. That's the only way you cure an addiction. And then you get to a certain point where you can open Instagram, scroll for 10 minutes, and then close it without feeling the need to continue doing it, without feeling the abstinence of not scrolling. Stop running from your addictions, unless you want to be their slave forever.